Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Going for a head shave today. There's going to be two razors involved, the Fatip Grande and the very first prototype of the Carve Christopher Bradley open comb. But we'll start off with the soap, move on to the brush, and then I can talk about the razors, do the shave, and then I'm going to move on to another face shave with a straight razor afterwards. So the soap for today is Noble Otter The Trail, and the scent on this, I'm not going to tell you what's in it, I can't remember, I just read it but I don't remember. I get a sort of sweet, woodsy, slightly earthy, lovely scent. It's almost got a little bit of floral going on, and that's about it, that's all that my nose says. But it's a nice, pleasant, warming sort of scent. Now it says here pine, fir, sage, lavender, oak moss, juniper and rain. And it smells lovely. It's a really nice scent. One of, in my opinion, one of Noble Otter's better scents. Even though there was only one I didn't really like, and that was the leather one. The brush for today is going to be my 24mm silver tip. And this is called tie dye. These are made for West Coast shaving, or by West Coast shaving. I think they're actually made in the UK for West Coast shaving. And beautiful, beautiful knot. This is one of my favourite knots. It's really, really nice. So get it loaded up, straight into the dry soap. Oh, really opens up. Now for me, for my nose, I get a touch of leather from this. And part of the reason why I got really leather scented soap is because this one, to my nose, smelled a bit like leather and smelled way, way nicer. I think it was Lone Star was the leather scented one, which I, not long after receiving it, sent on to Spencer over in the eastern states of Australia. One loaded brush. I'm going to wet my head. No prep for this, literally I've had a shower and that's it. So there's no pre-shave on today. Noble Otter's a very, very nice soap. It works very well, it's slick, and it still is in terms of just sheer performance in my definite top 3, but to be honest, it's closer to being my top 1, just based on performance. Scents are subjective. I like the scents. They're not my favourite scents. I do prefer gourmand type scents, which none of these are, other than the Noir Vanille, which is like a sweet strawberry tea. It smells very nice, but it's not like like Club Cola, which smells like cola, or Maya from Talent Steel, which smells like Coca-Cola as well. Seeing a bit of a trend here with the cola scents. I'm a bit confused with Talent Steel's latest sort of one, which is based on the original formula of Coca-Cola, I think it was, or the original cola formula from many, many moons ago. The scent has been received very well, but I have seen a lot of people struggling with irritations and reactions to the soap. Such a wonderful little brush this, it really is. If you don't have a silver tip, you want to try one, in my opinion, not that I'm that great with natural hair brushes, this has got an amazing amount of scrub. It's super soft, it's got lovely gel tips, which they're still gelling a little bit, they're getting better every time after every use. I have noticed it. But it releases the lather well, it doesn't eat the lather. creates a really lovely voluminous lather. As you can see, it's just exploding a bit. It really is. Right, here we go. The Fatip Grande. I'm going to start with this razor today. This is nickel plated. I've got a brand new Gillette Super Stainless, the spoiler, vintage blade. Took me a little while to get this straight when I did the unboxing earlier. So I love a little razor. Nice bit of weight to it. I did have one before, never used it. This was very, very kindly sent to me by a gentleman named Derek. And Derek just reached out through an email and actually had this sent straight from Maga. So thank you very much, Derek, for sending it. I am looking forward to using it. It does get good reviews. Let's see how it feels. I'm going to go with the grain first. I'll just start just to the right of where I normally do. It is an open comb. I have heard that this is reasonably efficient, reasonably aggressive, but very smooth. Well, it's very, very smooth. It is reasonably efficient. It's quite intuitive. It's got a lovely feel on the head. I've got to say, it is actually very, very nice feeling. Right, so that's the Fatip side done. It is an open comb. It's a very, very nice little razor, and that was a lovely, lovely first pass on. So I'm going to move now onto my Carve Christopher Bradley razor. Now this is, as you can see, the difference in colour on the base plate to the handle. This is a brand new C-plate open comb. Very, very nice looking. Let's see how it feels. I'll go with the grain with this one as well. I've got a brand new Gillette NASA in this one, not a spoiler. Just be right back. And we're back. So straight into pass number 2. I'm just going to lather up, and I'll have a bit of a feel as well. Just see what feels more a closer shave just from that one pass. And I would say pretty similar. I would actually say the Fatip's got a closer shave so far. The Carve razor does feel more efficient, more aggressive. I wouldn't say it's more efficient at this stage. Definitely feels more aggressive, but it's still very smooth. The Carve razor is very smooth in the first place. So we'll have a number two. The Noble Otter makes a really, really rich, dense, creamy lather. And as you can see, this little West Coast shaving silver tip really whips up an amazing lather. Very comfortable to hold, it's got a great weight, it's quite ergonomic, the brush handle. The scent on the soap's lovely, it's got that sort of, it's a bit like sort of Vosine. If you ever used Vosine hair shampoo years and years ago, I don't think they actually make it anymore, they may do, but I just don't use it anymore. It's a medicated shampoo, can't remember what it was for, maybe dry skin or something, dry scalp. Right, the Fatip Grande against the grain. The brand new Gillette Super Stainless, the spoiler. And that's just ploughing through very, very smoothly. Really, really nice. Now, one thing's for sure, I have to give the blade some credit because the spoiler blades, the vintage blades, are exceptional. They really are. Yeah, really good job there. That felt lovely. And here we go again with the Carve Christopher Bradley open comb C plate. I'm assuming it'll probably be the same. I think it's 0.85 blade gap. And here we go against the grain. And as with the Grande, once again, very smooth. Obviously the feedback is very muted from the Carve razor. You can hear it, but it's not got that same oomph that you get from the Fatip. Obviously because of those heavier, denser metals, well, the denser brass. Alright, so here we go. Let's have a bit of a feel. Certainly very, very similar in terms of the finish so far. It's not completely done, it does need a final pass. I will say, however, just on the back here, it's a bit more irritation. There's a little bit of it, not more, there's a little bit of irritation from the Carve razor. But it could be down to the fact that it's a very heavy razor with that long handle on there. It's now an open comb, so I'm treating it like a C plate, but it's got the open comb on there, so I would like to think that it's a little bit, ever so slightly more efficient than it was on the closed comb. I could be totally wrong on that, but I'm just going to touch up again, just pretty much what I've just done, just to catch it. Right, we'll switch over to the Carve now and just finish off this side with the Carve. Certainly with the Carve, with this heavy handle at least, I do feel like I have to sort of lift the weight of the razor a little bit, just to stop it from putting too much pressure on. I think that can be a bit of an issue sometimes with these brass razors and the stainless razors, is that the weight of the razor themselves can cause you as much issues as putting pressure on. But it definitely, it feels different. I don't know why it really feels totally, this feels like a different razor to the Carve close comb. I don't think, in all honesty, I like it as much as the close comb. It feels nice, it's very smooth. But it feels a bit, I don't know, feels a bit almost square. And I would assume, I'm only assuming here because I don't have the plates on me right now, that it would be the same profile as the close comb. But obviously, now it's an open comb. And maybe my assumptions are just totally wrong. But that's a wonderful BBS edge shave. I don't think there's too many issues in terms of blood. Oh, there is on the calf somewhere. There's a bit of blood on the calf side. Is that it there, right on the top? I don't know. I think it might just have been there on the top. God, that post shave, feel the moisture just from that soap is incredible. But anyway, two really, really nice razors. The Fatip's actually surprised me a bit. I didn't think it'd be as good as that. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't keep the first one because I feel like Derek's wasted a bit of his money sending this over, but then again, it works really nicely. Very, very good head shaving razor. I don't know what it's like for the face. I won't be using it today for the face, but I will use it eventually just to see how it goes. Just going to have a bit of a feel again, just see if there's any blood anywhere. No, pretty good. I think it just come off the top here. But other than that, that's a wonderful BBS head shave. So the soap for today was the Trail from Noble Otter. Very, very nice soap. It's high quality artisan soap. It's obviously not triple milled or anything, but it is a very, very good quality, slick, dense, protective, cushiony, glossy quality lather. And it smells great as well. The 4 cents that I've got left are awesome smelling soaps. I haven't smelled any of his new ones, but if there's anything to go by on this, they're really nice soaps. The brush today was the West Coast Shaving tie-dye with a 24mm silver tip, which smells lovely now. And I've flicked most of the water out, but you can see those tips are gelling a little bit. Not majorly, but they are gelling a little bit. And here's the two razors, the sort of face-off today between the Fatip Piccolo and the Carve Christopher Bradley. Both open combs. I mean, quite clearly you can see how close the blade is, can't you? I'm sure you can. How close the blade is to the actual base plate. It's touching the top of those teeth. And you can see there is actually quite a large gap between that blade and the open comb teeth. So, different aggressiveness. The Carve is way more aggressive than that Fatip. But at the end of the day, 2 passes and a touch up and I've pretty much got BBS on both sides with minimal effort and no real blood. Bit of blood on this side, just here. but that's nothing, absolutely nothing in the grander scheme of things. I will be finishing off today with some Moyle grooming wildflowers, but I'll be doing that after my face shave. So that being said, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. Massive thanks to Derek for sending over the razor and Chris for sending over the base plate, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.